Welcome to Guidebook Part 2, Video 2. This video is about meeting physiological, psychological, and care needs more consistently by using fierce self-compassion. In the first video for Part 2, we introduced fierce self-compassion and how it can help us to build inner trust and resilience. This is a second strategy about creating health-promoting routines or our personal boundaries to meet our human and health needs more consistently. Throughout Navigating Your Vasculitis Journey guidebook and in this series, we will briefly review some of the different aspects of life that can be a struggle when living with vasculitis. We want to check in and show up for ourselves with fierce self-compassion more consistently. So we will break down the steps to creating a health-promoting habit using the science of behavior change in a gentle way that is respectful of where each of us are in our journey with vasculitis. The key thing to remember while reviewing all of these aspects is to take it slow and ground it to self-compassion first. There's no need to rush. There is no such thing as a perfect patient or one specific routine for everyone living with vasculitis. These practices can help you along the ups and downs of living life with a relapsing and remitting chronic illness. In Chapter 2 of the guidebook, there is information and reflection questions on sleep, nourishment, and movement. These are important for all humans, but especially so for those of us living with vasculitis, because failing to meet these physiological needs consistently can act as an ongoing stressor. And when we live with vasculitis, the world is stressful enough. Any way we can reduce that stress is useful. These aspects of life can also be valorized or villainized in popular culture. And people with vasculitis, along with other health conditions, can get fixated on them. Social media can also hype up their importance. However, by meeting these needs in a self-compassionate way, we are not saying that any one strategy is going to be the thing that heals you or is the reason that you are sick or experiencing a flare. We are just trying to meet them more consistently. It's important to respect them. Vasculitis is way more complicated than any specific diet or exercise routine. The essence of fierce self-compassion and body respect is to show up and meet these needs. So acknowledge the needs, meet them consistently and compassionately. Notice what aspects of vasculitis, the symptoms, side effects of treatment, or other things make it harder to meet them. You might need to talk to your treatment team about that. So fierce self-compassion asks us to self-advocate so that we can meet these needs consistently and compassionately. Potentially that's facing funding barriers for your prescribed treatment. Or maybe it's when side effects are being minimized or left unaddressed. Self-compassion directs us to find our voice, connect with others who will help us fight, and to persevere. Because you're worthy of care, and these physiological needs are important to living with more ease while living with vasculitis. Sometimes meeting these needs requires more care, like connecting to professionals who specialize in supporting people with the challenge that you're facing. On page 73 in the guidebook, there's an overview of which professionals you can connect with for different types of support. Fierce self-compassion can also direct us to attend to our psychological needs. Sometimes the first step to do that is to learn more about what psychological needs are, emotions, coping skills, and ourselves in order to show up more compassionately in our vasculitis journey. In Chapter 4 of the guidebook, there is information about emotional awareness. A few coping skills are presented, and there are reflection prompts to connect with our preferences and values. Emotional health is important when living with vasculitis because when you're struggling physically, it is common to experience symptoms of anxiety and depression. These things can be exacerbated by pain, fatigue, the physical symptoms themselves, or disconnection from our previously enjoyed aspects of life. It can create a cycle of isolation, powerlessness, and helplessness that then goes on to exacerbate that pain and fatigue. So what are some human psychological needs? Every human needs to feel connected. So seen, heard, understood, and valued by others. Every human needs to have a sense of autonomy, that they have choice and are capable. And every human needs to experience meaning, that their life has purpose, even in the midst of suffering, that there is hope. Meeting these needs may not cure vasculitis, but it does support resilience. It gives each of us the fuel to cope and stick with the journey, even during the most difficult storms. By learning about these psychological impacts in your own life, you can begin to reconnect with the people and your passions because you matter, and you can start wherever you are on the journey. Be gentle. In the guidebook, some ways of reconnecting to the people that we care about or the passions we enjoy are presented in Chapter 4 and in Chapter 7. Some small ways to begin. Join a support group. The Vasculitis Foundation offers a variety of Zoom groups. Check them out. Reach out to a trusted loved one and share where you are on your journey. Maybe ask for help and tell them how they can support you. Connect with a qualified mental health clinician in your region if you're struggling with symptoms of depression, anxiety, or adjustment. Set boundaries around your time and energy. Prioritize your preferences and the little things that make up day-to-day life, like your favorite foods or how you like to spend your leisure time. Create something. It could be art, or it could be a playlist of songs that bring you joy. Show up for others who are also struggling, or take care of a pet. It can help to give you a sense of purpose and meaning. Your psychological needs are not luxuries. They exist in the midst of the hardest days. Fierce self-compassion reminds us to show up for all parts of ourselves with kindness.